Welcome to my channel Tarot Journey with Vatsalyam. So here I am back with another story, and this story is about a girl called Ishi. As a young student, when Ishi passed her college, university, she was excited for a new organization, for a new journey, for a new career to begin for her. She was excited, she was a little anxious, she was a little spectacle. What will happen? Will I be able to adjust there? How is it going to be? With all these thoughts, Ishi stood up one day, got ready, and went for her first day at work. She was working with Mr. Kothari, a big, renowned industrialist, and he always believed that young talent always has something new to offer us. There are new ideas, there are new learnings, there is new creativity within them, and he would always include a young person in his team, and who would always have the ability, had that right to contribute to whatever discussion is going on. Ishi also joined that team. She started connecting with everyone. She started understanding the atmosphere of the company organization. She started understanding how people work here, what is it that people do, how do they communicate, what all are they assigned with, and how they accomplish it. So learning was was happening one side, and one side Ishi was into one thought as well. Every time there were meetings, there were presentations, there were discussions, Ishi would hear some real heavy words coming towards her. Not that she didn't have that comfort with English language, but yes, at times when you enter a particular career, it takes you a while to get accustomed to certain words that people use there. And she would always carry a diary and a pen with her. So whenever there would be a word that she is hearing for the very first time, a word like disruptive idea, capacity building, words like tacticals, words like say strategy, objective, 20-year plan, words like objectives, what are your focus, words like procrastination, she would just write them down. She would go home, look up the dictionary to understand what these words would mean, and she would then think to herself, just like me, there might be other people here who don't quite relate to such words, and there can be certain simple words or alternatives to communicate what we are saying or what we want to say. And what if this communication is so clear that people are able to connect with it, people are able to resonate with it? But she decided, why not polish my skills? I've just come into a career. Why not polish my skills, polish my language? So she joined an English speaking course. She started learning English. She also did her hard work by, enhancing, growing her vocabulary. And gradually she started working towards her communication building strengths. Now Ishi had been in that organization for some time. She had learnt a lot. She had her own contributions that she had made. Then she was promoted to a position where now she would train the interns coming into the company. One day, Ishi was assigned a presentation. She had to make a presentation and share it with everybody. So this time she decided something. She thought, let me make a presentation in the language everybody here is comfortable with, because whatever she was hearing, she found people were comfortable in it. So she prepared a presentation in English language using all the heavy words as it, and she also made another presentation, but in her own style, in her own comfort zone. She always thought a communication should be such that it has so much of simplicity, clarity, that it touches hearts of everyone. The message just reaches on point. So with that thought in mind, she made another presentation. The day came, she went into the boardroom, Everybody was sitting there, including Mr. Kothari, and Mr. Kothari was looking at Ishi. He smiled at her. She greeted him and she said, "Sir, I need a permission from you today." So Mr. Kothari was, "Okay, what kind of permission do you want?" So Ishi said, "I want a permission that I want to present this particular presentation 2 times." He said, "Why would you want to present a same presentation 2 times?" She said, "I would like to share it as I move ahead with the presentation. But I would want everyone to be patient here and to understand what I am doing." So Mr. Kothari was a little surprised to hear this, because this is for the very first time something like this was happening. So he said, "I'm sure there must be something that you want to convey to us, Ishi. So fine, we will all be patient while you are giving your presentation." So Ishi began her presentation in English language, and what all she had to say, the way everybody had been doing those presentations, she did the same way. After the presentation was over, everybody had their response, everybody had their comments, everybody had something to share, but not many people were there who were sharing a lot. So people were nodding their head, were smiling at her. "Good presentation, we liked it," and just a casual remark happened. Now Mr. Kothari was quiet at that time, and he said, "I'm waiting to hear the second presentation. I would like to save my comments and my responses until I hear the second one." So Ishi was all set for the second one. She began her presentation. It was no different, but the difference was in the confidence, the difference was in the clarity, the difference was in the simplicity with which she expressed herself and shared the entire presentation in her own Hindi language, or Hindi mixed with simple English words. And after the presentation got over, everybody was standing, applauding for her, including Mr. Kothari here. For the very first time, everyone heard Mr. Kothari saying, "I don't know what to say, Ishi. I really don't know what to say. I'm speechless. In this world of today, in this corporate world today where we are all competing, I never thought how easily and when did we all come to a zone where we started finding our comfort zone, but it was not actually our comfort zone. How we started judging people only because they can't speak English, or they can't communicate fluently, or they can't understand certain words. I guess so many of us here might not be even aware of certain words that we use or we hear, but yet we keep nodding our heads all the time. But I'm very happy that you had that courage, you had that thought, you took that initiative of sharing the presentation that was so clear and with which we all could relate so well and so easily. And everybody was just applauding for her. Mr. Kothari requested everyone to let's go outside and address the office today. Every member was there, and Mr. Kothari said, "I'm so happy today, and it's just an eye-opener that I have had today." And everybody was like, "What happened? What happened? What happened?" So he said, "Today what Ishi did was just remarkable. In my office, you all are free to do and communicate in whichever language you are comfortable with. Whatever you want to say, nobody is going to judge you only because you are communicating in the language you are comfortable with. And from now onwards, we will also mention a special section about communication for our clients, and it will say which language are you comfortable with, and whatever language they pick, we are going to do the presentation in that particular language, because the aim is not to share our English language, what we are aware of, how fluently we can speak, but the aim is to communicate with clarity, to communicate what the essence of this presentation or whatever the demand of the client is. And this is how one person had that courage to bring this change in her organization. I hope you also don't judge people because of their communication. I would not want anyone to judge me because of my communications. I have a comfort zone, and I believe that my communication should reach out and touch people's heart, rather than make them think, oh wow, what beautiful words she uses, this and that. No. I believe in enhancing my skills, but I also believe in using a language, a communication tool that that helps me to express myself much better and more confidently and comfortably. I hope you could connect with the essence of this story, and if you did, do let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Thank you.